Welcome back, everybody. It's Thursday, August 3rd, 2023. Let's talk about what lies beneath the Birmingham Zoo, Anthony Fauci's successor, and Nick Saban's latest house. I'm Mike Morgan, and we're down in Alabama. Back in the late 1800s, the Red Mountain Cemetery and Southside Cemetery became the final resting places for many of Birmingham's poorest residents. They were buried there from 1888 until around 1905, more than 4,700 people in unmarked graves. Here we are, several generations later, and the Birmingham Zoo owns the land where the cemeteries were placed. The zoo is trying to build a cougar exhibit where some of the graves lie beneath. AL.com's Joseph D. Bryant reports that zoo officials have applied for a permit from the Alabama Historical Commission to relocate around a dozen grave sites. Birmingham Zoo President and CEO Chris Pfefferkorn said, quote, "We want to treat these people with the respect and dignity that they deserve, and we wanted to know what that process is. So this is not just a matter of digging up folks. The zoo will bring in an archaeologist to do the excavating. Now, eventually, this will likely lead to next year's opening of an exhibit called Cougar Crossing." They're talking about big cats, guys. Dr. Anthony Fauci's successor is a woman who's worked at UAB for the past 7 years. AL.com's Amy Yerkinen reports that Dr. Jean Morazzo is the new director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. Morazzo's name became well known during the COVID-19 pandemic through her appearances with local and national media. Now, Fauci resigned at the end of last year after serving in the position since 1984, so he led the institute from the time of the rising HIV epidemic through the COVID pandemic. Morazzo also is considered an expert in prevention of HIV and other STIs. If you haven't priced houses in a few years, you might be in for some sticker shock if you jump into the real estate market. $10, $15 million just won't go as far as it once did. Alabama head football coach Nick Saban has purchased a beachfront home on Jupiter Island, Florida, reports the Palm Beach Post, for a sale price of $17.5 million. Now, it's been listed at $21.5 million, but there's a process to waiting and buying at the right time. Now, it's a 6,200 square foot house on 1.68 acres that was built in 1992 and renovated in 2016. 6 bedrooms, marble floors, and a floating staircase, which is a style of staircase, has nothing to do with the high tides on the Atlantic coast. The neighbors include Tiger Woods and Celine Dion. Thank y'all so much for listening. We'll be back here again tomorrow. Until then, y'all feel free to come on by and see us anytime you want to on the World Wide Web at al.com.